All right, we're preparing to leave the Career Academy. You can see that's the end we came in on way down there. This door will be out into the commons. This will be where the Greene County students access the Career Academy. So we're going to be stepping out into the commons, which you can see is starting to take shape. We have the roof structure up. So you can really get an idea what the commons is going to be like. This is that entrance I talked about where the students will go in to get their food. So you can kind of tell where that is relative to that. And the concession stand opening right down there. To this side is the academic wing. This two-story building houses all the academics for Greene County High School. That is the gymnasium, and that over there is the auditorium, and we'll get to those. There's a lot of good stuff to look at. But this should give you an idea. We have full height glass on the north, a double entrance. As you come in the first entrance, there's another entrance that blocks you off. The only way you can go is in through that door into the office. This door will be locked to the public during the day so that they have to go into the high school, and the secretary will have to buzz them through this second door into the high school for security reasons.
Up above, you see the smaller lights or openings above the beams here. When we get inside, we'll be able to show you kind of what those are going to do and what kind of light that'll give you into the second floor of the academic side of things. Sam will be able to point that out when we get inside.
Yep. So, and then, as I said, the people that are coming to Ram Restaurant will come in here. They'll go through that door. That's the one we just saw on the other side of that plastic is where folks will come into Ram Restaurant. But we're going to cut on into the academic wing now. So, let's start in here. So, as I said, as they come in, they will come through a door that lines up with this, and there's another entrance that lines up with this. So the only place they can come, the public, is through this door, this glass door. This is the high school office. The secretary and her setup and her desk is all in this area right here. That back there, that room is the principal's office. And then this great big glass wall with glass on the other side too is a big conference room. Okay, so then after they come in, the secretary buzzes them in. She will buzz this door open, and they will go into the high school through this door. So they won't go through that double entry unless we have a public event. Then we'll open that. This door where we came through won't be a door. That'll actually be a window. But this is the nurse's space. She has all of her space. She has a private restroom for the students that she's treating and caring for. All the things that she needs are contained in this space. Heading down this way, this is a storage room for the offices. These three cubicles are for students that are on in-school suspension. Unfortunate thing to talk about, but they're for students that are having some kind of a reason that they're having to be held inside and out of activities to do their homework. So you'll leave the office here. We're starting into the academic space. This is a classroom. This space is the north stairwell. I don't think there'll be a lot of traffic up and down these stairwells during the day. I think the students will probably come and go through the learning stair that we'll see out in the middle of the room, but this is a way they could come and go. It's primarily for exiting in a fire. It has an exit to the outside, but it has full height windows. We should have talked about that. Yeah. The windows on the career on the academic wing go full height, all the way past the floor structure. And at the floor structure, they have what's called spandrel glass. It's a dark panel you can't see through, so it's still glass. It hides the floor structure, but it lets light through. So it's pretty cool, and we'll see that in one of these next rooms. So this room is where the Little Ram Preschool is. It's a long-term program that we've had at the high school where our students learn to work with 3- and 4-year-olds and interact with them. It has its own restroom. And it's connected to the family and consumer science room. For older people like me, that used to be called home ec, but it's family and consumer science. They do a lot more than home ec now. And so that space the teacher for this space is typically the one that teaches RAM preschool. So this is replacing what would be out at the high school now on the north side, short of RAM. So
glass here. This is the glass we were talking about how these go. That's the glass you want to
yeah,
take that.
that's that spandrel glass. You can see it's dark, so you can't see from the outside. You can't see these panels, but it looks great from the outside.
That's this side here.
So there's just glass up in there. So it allows light to come in, but it doesn't let you see through it, so that you can. All right. Coming under the learning stair now. This area in here will have lockers. It'll be the only space that there's lockers in the building. That's a talking point for the building. There's not enough lockers for every kid. And in most part because kids don't use lockers anymore. They're not like us. They don't even wear a coat, a lot of them. They come running out of the car in the building. They do not need lockers. Every building we went and looked at had less lockers than students and still had too many lockers. We never found one that was using all their lockers. And we looked at 5 different buildings, including Johnston, huge high school, and they only have 25% of lockers for 25% of their kids, and they only use about half of those. So it's just an outdated function apparently that we haven't gotten to. This room is our level 3 special education room. These are the most severely challenged students, have the highest learning disabilities. It has a kitchenette in it where they can teach them basic family kind of things, how to warm up things, cook things, clean things, all those kinds of skills that they need that they just don't, they have trouble with. So it has its own self-contained restroom. It's a self-contained space. Again, with lots of windows, so it's got lots of light. All of these classrooms have ceilings in them, acoustical suspended ceilings. And you can tell that if you want to look above and you see the sprinklers with the little hoses hanging off of them, those hoses are because they're ceiling and they'll come down to the fixture for the sprinkler will be in the ceiling tile. If they're not a hose and you see the sprinkler pipe, there's no ceiling there.
And it has a different type of deck on the deck is there. This happens to be one with concrete poured for second floor, but when you get on the second floor where it goes to the roof, it won't have the acoustical type of decking.
Okay. Right, because it has a ceiling. Yeah. Okay. Good point. The rest of them, all the way down this side, there's about 5 classrooms. They're all very similar, but a big classroom space with lots of light, lots of rooms, a cabinet area along one wall, and then general layout however the teacher wants to lay it out. Furnished differently, a lot more collaboratively furnished than they ever were when we were going to school. A lot less desks in rows, a lot more different kinds of furnishings that allow students to interact more. The theme of this building is collaboration. It's where education is going, and it's where kids need to learn how to work together. It's the most important skill, even in a job like Steve has his workers. They got to learn to work together, or they're not effective.
I agree. That's great.
So this is the centerpiece of the academic wing. It's called the learning stair. It's starting to take shape. That side of it is the actual stairs. This side you can see there's not as many stairs. That's because there's places for kids to sit on each of those levels. Those will be all the way across at those levels. And there'll be some pads for kids to lean against and some ways, but it'll allow for kids to sit and collaborate or have somebody speaking to them in a different kind of a way. You can see it's a very light, open space. They popped the roof out a little bit and popped up and put windows around the top in that story. There's windows all the way around the top of that. We're standing here in all this light, and there's not a light fixture in here. That's how much daylight is in this space. So this is going to be a very beautiful space. Has just open railing around the top with steel cable straps in it. Very similar if you've been to the rec center. That's what it looks like at the rec center. But very open, very, very light and spacious. So then turning and looking from the learning stair out, this is what's called the collaboration space. This is how it's going to look. This is open. It's got a little bit of some ceiling that goes in a couple places, the heights and things. But there's nothing else gets built here. No more walls, no anything. This is open. And that entire wall that you can see is plastic and wood is going to be glass. It has one door in it. And that's glass all the way 2 stories high in the media center. And when we go upstairs, you'll see that. Beautiful view down the south. The gym sticks out, but not to block it. You see past the gym from here all the way in the county. It's very bright southern exposure. It's going to be a beautiful space to sit and talk and discuss and work on projects.